And September is Hunger Action Month, and there are a ton of organizations that are out there trying to bridge the gap for food insecurity for our residents. But Extra Table has been serving up fresh food to those who need it in style for a while now. And joining us is Executive Director Martha Allen. Hey, Martha.
Hey, happy Thursday, Rebecca. Happy Hunger Action Month.
I know, and this is just the month to really raise heightened awareness, although you guys have boots on the ground 12 months out of the year to sort of help with food insecurity and hunger in Mississippi. But now's the time to sort of to shine that spotlight on what the need out there that gets you up every morning. So give us a little background about Extra Table, if maybe this is the first time we're hearing about the organization.
Yeah, so we were started in 2009 by chef and restaurateur Robert St. John out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, with two important, goals, a part of our mission. Number one is that 100% of the food that we provide our partnering food pantries and soup kitchens throughout the state of Mississippi is always healthy. You know, Rebecca, first and foremost, that Mississippi is one of the hungriest states in the nation and also one of the most obese. So our food tackles hunger on two fronts, so to say. And then the second point is that when you support Extra Table, we're kind of the St. Jude of the feeding world. So a separate 501c3 covers our administrative expenses, and out of the kindness of Robert's heart, he gives us copiers, printers, lights, office space, everything for free. So, we are a mega feeding organization that has just a shoestring part of it is administrative cost. And so it's really cool to know that when you donate $1 to Extra Table, we can purchase 6 healthy meals for Mississippians in need.
Let's talk about how that works, because oftentimes, it's a little bit different concept. You guys obviously take donated food. I know, especially after when the pandemic hit, you guys were rescuing food or in scenarios where people needed to get rid of it and got it to who needed it most. But you don't necessarily have a huge warehouse. You're not necessarily taking donations of apples and oranges and things like that and then delivering it. So when you do donate to Extra Table, how does it work? How are you getting that fresh food to those who need it most?
Well, surprise, Rebecca, we do have a warehouse now. COVID, you and I have not gotten to chat details of how we work lately, and so much has changed for the better. Extra Table has a warehouse for free in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and you are exactly spot on. Amidst COVID, we were rescuing food, and we still are. It's that great partnership with Good Sam, Kathy Clem, and her great crew right here in the heart of Jackson behind Millsaps College. We have the Hub for the Hungry where we rescue food and take in donations, and that is food that we distribute to any feeding agency for free. They can come and get it by working through Kathy and I, and that's how that works. But the bones, the core of Extra Table did evolve over COVID, and so we purchase food in bulk and below wholesale prices by 18-wheeler loads. And so we have a warehouse where our food is stored. Again, the warehouse is free to Extra Table. And we have a logistics company, a food broker company, Chow Logistics, and they purchase our food for us and they deliver it for us, and they do it out of the goodness of their heart. It's two amazing guys, Justin Esser and Michael Duncan, and they've really helped Extra Table up our game, and our food pantries are seeing it daily.
Well,
So
that's
it's been really
exciting
cool.
news. I'm sure it's not breaking to you, but it is to me, which means it's probably for those who are tuning in to good things. And I have been following the Extra Table story since the time it started with Robert, I think. And I can't remember, you could share, Martha, how many years ago that was, but working as a dietitian there in USM, this idea that he had in Hattiesburg, and to watch it grow over the years to now, to where it's at, you just know that it's working, right? Something like that doesn't grow without there be backing for it, without there be something to the formula of it. So it's really impressive to see.
It's so cool. I've been with Extra Table for 3 years, and it's so cool to see this concept that Robert came up with out of a simple phone call from Edward Street Food Pantry and in USM and Hattiesburg needing food. But it wasn't necessarily that their shelves were bare. They just didn't have quality food. And that's the big thing that Extra Table provides is, Rebecca, we provide food that you would be proud to put on your table for your family. It's not funky stuff. It's not blue Twinkies. It's not, canned mystery meat. Like, we provide tuna and crackers and pasta sauce and low sodium soups and low sodium vegetables and fruit and 100% juice and great breakfast cereals and oatmeals and things that are going to help your children and your family members have the nutrition that they need to grow, develop, and function.
Don't be knocking those blue Twinkies now, Martha. There's room for everything in a balanced diet.
I know what you want for your birthday.
I want people to understand that the food insecurity issue in Mississippi is real. Whether you want to put your head in the sand about it or you want to roll your eyes about it, whatever it may be. But these are your neighbors, and it's been a tough time for the last year and a half. It's just sort of put pressure on the food insecurity issues that Mississippi had before the pandemic, and there's not a stereotypical person who may need food or help bridge a gap between months and making the ends meet with food. So from your perspective on the front lines, Martha, I mean, who are the ones that are needing it most? I mean, what paint the picture for us of what food insecurity looks like in Mississippi?
Yeah, you really hit it well in introducing that thought, Rebecca, because there's so many people that, the story is similar. They're hardworking Mississippians that just don't make ends meet. It's that single mom that might work 2 jobs and trying to put food on the table for her family. And, it's the children that get 2 meals at home and mom and dad might not have food on the dinner table or might not be around to provide that next meal. It's the senior citizen who's having to decide between buying their medications or paying the gas bill and going to the grocery store. But amidst COVID, the stories really changed. And we had a lady that was a robot specialist that, you would think that that's a steady, stable, high-paying job, which it was. And she ended up in a food pantry line because so much changed. And every day we have to be grateful for what we have. And it was just an interesting story how so much changed for her so quickly, and she was in that food pantry line. So, they're people just like you and I, and it's 1 in 4 children and 1 in 5 Mississippians, 670,000 people.
Right. They can use our support and use it all the time. And there's many different ways to support Extra Table or the work that's going on in Mississippi. I mean, in every community, there are organizations that are trying to help with this. You guys have really come up with a unique perspective and way to do it that's obviously working. So you can share with us how to help donate or get connected with Extra Table. But then also, don't forget the whole cat head thing, because I saw that on your social media and I was like, ooh, that's an interesting way to help end hunger in Mississippi.
Yeah, so everything for our Hunger Awareness Month is #UFO. So it is an out-of-this-world organization that Extra Table is, and we're the ultimate feeding organization. So you can go on our website and donate to Extra Table. You can go follow us on our social media, but we'll have lots of really cool information that's extra special that we're pushing out this month. ET themes, Star Wars themes, just talking about how we feed and how we feed people. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek of tomorrow's social media post, but it's the ET, the character, and he's in the closet, and he's dressed up as an old lady and kind of peeking out of the closet because hunger can, like you and I just said, hunger can be anyone. It can be people that, the child sitting next to your child in the classroom. There's not a particular face of hunger. And so there's some really there's some funny posts, there's some educational posts, but Extra Table is the ultimate feeding organization, and we're doing work that's out of this world in order to make sure all Mississippians have the food they need.
That, and I know, too, if you're in your local grocer and you just have the urge to get you a sparkling water that may have an extra kick to it, I know that, is it true that if you purchase, which is a Mississippi-based company, Head Distillery has their sparkling beverage, that it also goes back to Extra Table?
Yeah, 3 cheers to the guys at Head and their whole team and all the Head distributors here in the state of Mississippi. They came together to support Extra Table. So anytime you purchase a individual cat head or a case of cat head or a cat head at a bar or your next big party, you are supporting, Extra Table, putting food on tables throughout Mississippi. So Cat Head has been an amazing sponsor in allowing us to be their partner and tell the story of hungry Mississippians. And as they quench our thirst, and they're helping feed people. So there's a cat head around every corner available for purchase, and that's a great way to support Extra Table.
As well. Well, Martha, it's always a pleasure catching up with you. I loved the great news. You're welcome back on Good Things anytime, but you guys keep at it, and you guys keep with us. You got more good things coming up.